Yeah, we here.
This is Dev B Music.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
Nike check. I done made it by the moon.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Right there, 54.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Mayfield's pass.
Not a productive opening drive, 3 and out, and more struggles for a team really that hasn't won a game in a long time.
It can be really discouraging for everyone else on the team, especially the guys on the other side of the ball that have to trot out there and see a little more futility in this losing streak. So I know coaches who look at these situations and say to themselves, let's be aggressive. Let's go for it right here and try and turn our fortune around.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the final pick of the 1st round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
Okay, just to make sure I'm clear, you have not voted for NFL MVP yet, correct?
I have not. I always wait till the end. I
do the exact same thing, but let's just be honest here. Does he still have a shot? Here we are, Week 16.
Yeah.
He's in the race, but is he really there?
Yeah, I think he needs a little help. It's French. Don't you agree?
I agree. I think he needs a lot of help. People have to play poorly down the stretch around him in terms of the other people who are the candidates, and he needs to be absolutely beyond spectacular. I think it's going to be really, really tough. But you know something? Being his team MVP, that's not such a bad thing, is it?
No, and he has been great for this team, no doubt about it. 8 quarters to prove himself. Going deep for Diggs. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Stephon Diggs. With touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Makes the score Niners.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, But the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
It's a gain of
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 73 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. We less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They go play action with Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. By the rookie, an interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there is almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
We'll see if they can do it here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
49er first down.
Play action. It's Jackson going deep for Diggs. Touchdown, 49ers.
Complete.
Stephon Diggs
Touchdown.
with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground?
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Touchdown.
A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. From the 29, Mayfield. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll return it from the 6. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
It's 2nd down.
They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, he'll air this one deep. This is caught at the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
His throw caught at about the 5. And the Niners are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Here's Swift. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brendan, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run with Swift. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Three tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. They will run it with Swift here. And this time he is in. DeAndre Swift. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 23 yards on the play. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield with it once more. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. 20! And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
10 at their own 6-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded right around the 8. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Going deep. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 33 yards that time. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Brendan, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 43 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At the 13-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you? Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the gun, Mayfield. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles get a score closer.
The kicker on 4.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. On the run, he'll let... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
Jackson's pass.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Cooper's got it. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And it's a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we could nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a 1-score game, so not too nitpicky. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a 1st. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight. Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he knocks it through. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but there he goes, Amari Cooper, the 30. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big play there for Philly. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Joey Bosa. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. To try again after the sack, Mayfield. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
27-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That good for 19 at a 1st down.
46-yard line.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Another example of this offense really having their... Oh, wide open, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
And the 40.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Number 8, Lamar.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Jackson's pass.
And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
The extra point up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Niners, it's an important win for their playoff hope.